As a federation, we have trained for the 3 women coaches to look into issues of our girls in schools and also in our training camps. As a federation, we saw that it is better to have also ladies who are taking care of our lady athletes. So we thank our federation for considering women to be coaches in the country. And also as a safeguarding officer, it is very important to see that our athletes are being safeguarded from harassment, exploitation, and also to train them how to take care of their finances. So that's what we have done as a federation, and we thank our president for accepting women to be part of coaches in this country.
Is that all invited athletes must participate to be selected. Everybody has to be there. You have to be selected. All athletes will be required to make a commitment upon selection. That is the standard rule. Athletes invited for trials are required to come with their travel documents, passport, and birth certificate. As I said before, we have to tell the Kenyans, they are not going to rely on birth certificate or the passport. So it is not automatic that when you have a passport or a birth certificate is going to allow you to compete. If there is any issue or a question mark in your documents, definitely World Athletics or AIU is going to follow up even to use, and we have those methods are going to use. They'll have to go even to ask when you were born, the entry when you end at the school, the year you left the school, and then of course if you have this cards for maternity, I think Elizabeth knows those ones, a clinic card. They'll have to follow, and that's what we have been providing with them. It's not something that I'm creating a story here. Behind the scenes, what we are doing now is what we are providing those information to them so that they can clear some of the top athletes that we have in this country, that we have to provide those ones to ensure that, yes, this is the right age. There are some that has already been removed because of that. Their medals has been removed because they confirm that their age. There are cases which are still outstanding, and that's what we don't want to do. We want to make sure that we have a very strong team going to Oregon. All selected athletes will be accommodated after the trials for purpose of documentation. After. Any athlete that has already been selected will be accommodated so that their documentation and information will be gathered and be also given to at least Kenya. All athletes participating during the trials should personally collect their own PIP numbers. I said before, we have 3 days. The first day is to collect your PIP number. The athletes cannot send, the parents cannot send their coaches or their teachers to pick the PIP numbers for them. If you do that, unfortunately, you will be left out. You will not be allowed to compete because these are strict rules that we have to follow. And we are going to stick to that ourselves to make sure that we have a clean sport. We have also the athletes who are going to run. We don't have to have questions later on of that. Because some of them are underage and unless they release themselves, we can't release for the reasons of ages. But we have those who have been removed. We have everything with us. But sometimes because of the standards that they observe, World Athletics, we want them to release if they want to release. But us, we are limited or we are constrained to release those names. But they are informed. They are aware. And the information that we have also about those athletes who have manipulated their ages, and the investigation is still going on. Yes, it is still going on. The investigation is going on. They have been informed. The coaches or the parents are aware. And that is why we also sometimes, when they are young people, you don't want to subject them to a situation where sometimes maybe it was not even their mistake. Because we found out that the people who are really misleading them are others, not themselves, because you cannot expect a 16-year-old to go and change the birth certificate. So we assume that this is because of the undue influence from different people, and therefore subjecting them to such media, again, might not be fair to them because they were not aware, they are not dopers. The trial is going to take place on the 21st until 23rd. However, The first day, of course, is as usual. We have to have collection of bib numbers and preparation now for the 2 days competition. You know, because of the past issues that have arisen before, we are not just having an open championship where anybody can come and compete. We already have identified athletes that will be competing, and we are going to invite them. And the selection, of course, you will see is from the National Championship for Primary and Secondary Schools that was done a month ago, I think in Kisumu. We use that as a basis to select the team that will be competing. We have so many other issues that we have to adhere to because of the problems that have been faced by at least Kenya and also as a country in terms of doping. So we have been given other strict regulations that we have to observe. And in fact, for your information, the names that we are going to release today have already been passed on to ADAC and also AIU to FET, to make sure that whoever we are going to place and to compete is within the regulations that are governing the Rule 15. That is now, the athletes should be tested also as under 20. And then, of course, to meet other criteria that will be or have already been set for us as a country. So we are not free to do as we wish like before, where we can, everybody can come and run to try. But we have, before sending anybody to compete, we must also check to make sure that they are within those limits. Lately, we have had also problems with age manipulation, and we have still been under that scrutiny. We are still doing investigation concerning some of the athletes who might have cheated their age. That investigation is still going on. We are also doing the reports to the World Athletics. And that is the reason why we have to make sure that everybody is vetted. Currently, it's not only the birth certificate or the passport which is required. There are so many other instructions that we are going to get from World Athletics. When we select the team, we'll provide the names of those who have been selected, and then they will also make sure that they vet. They are not going to rely on what we are giving them. They will also make sure that they scrutinize every individual to ensure that they are within the age bracket that is required. So it's not only Athletics Kenya, but it's World Athletics, that is AIU, to inspect the list that we are going to give them, and that's why we started this early in case of any issue, and then we can sort it out. And with whatever they have, if they don't have a passport and they have birth certificate, they have to add even other documents to show that's their date of birth. But then we have to know exactly if they are in school, when did they enter the school. We need all those information so that if they don't have a passport, then we justify getting another passport knowing that whatever you get is the correct age. But I want to assure you that strict measures will be taken to investigate exactly the age. So nobody should try to cheat in any way, because we have methods now to determine. We have a registrar of births and deaths. We have contacts with them. We work with the migration. If you go to River Road, I can assure you that you will be caught. Don't even try that. If you go tomorrow and get a birth certificate, we know we'll have to determine why you did that, and we have to get information from the school also. To get the information from the school as to why you don't have the document to show the entry. When did you go to school? So anybody who tries to cheat, please don't try that, because we have methods now to determine. And finally, the application of visas. We had a meeting with the U.S. Embassy officials last week here in this boardroom, discussing how we can apply the visa for this team. It is very strict. I know if we apply as a team, then I am sure they will give us for the dates of September, October. But now from there we start petitioning to see whether they can go early. And you know, American embassy is different. There's nothing you can do if they give you that. The only way you can do is follow through the procedures they have. So they told us, even if you have a team and you are going to US World Championship and the system does not allow you, there's no other way other than to follow the same one. petitioning. You have to petition to see whether they can give you earlier date so that they at least can be interviewed for visa. So it's not easy. I think those who followed for the World Cross Country, we had really tough time, but eventually all of them got the visas at the last minute. We don't want to go that direction. We want to start now. Immediately we have the names, we present it and apply. Then they give us the date. If they don't give us a date before August, then we'll have now to ask expedited dates. So we feel through the system and we ask them to see if they can do an expedited date so that they can go early. Which if we do as a team, as well as a group application, it is going to help us. Any other question? Yes.